Oh, it's getting chilly out here up in Canada. Let's talk about what happens when self-criticism moves out of the way. So for the past couple years, I have been changing the title of what I do, right? I was a little bit confused and I saw it creeping in. I was a little bit confused. I'm like, am I a sales coach? Am I a business coach? Am I a confidence coach? And I would change the title on my social media. And one of my mentors said, your job is to change that title every single day, make it a new title. I was like, what? Here's why I had that reaction, because I was holding myself to some standard of perfectionism. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, well, if I don't even know what I am, I'm so confused. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to keep showing up. I'm not ready to sell. I'm not ready to do this. I'm not good enough. That's what the self-criticism thoughts do. They creep in, and mine were starting to. I started to notice. That's why I grabbed onto a coach. Help! And so she gave me that exercise so I could let go and loosen up and get into the flow of what that gift was. So she didn't go that far into it. She just told me to do that. And then after I did that, whoa, it was amazing. So after doing it for about a month, I was like, oh, okay, this is self-acceptance. This is me leaning into the power of what is happening, looking at it with wide open eyes and accepting it instead of fighting it down and resisting it and saying, no, this is bad, I suck, blah, 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 which will definitely not having me show up in my business as I want to, right? So what happened instead was something that happened at a greater level when I was really, really debilitated by PTSD. And that is not realizing that I needed something kind of like a crossword puzzle as a distraction. I needed to have a distraction, and my business at the time was that. And not everything in it. Obviously, I was showing up, serving my clients. Part of it was a job. I was doing what I was meant to do. But looking at the stuff and seeing what it is what frees us to be able to do even more and more. Because if you've been through trauma, you know that you only have a certain amount of energy available to work on your business. And the reason is because your body is trying to deal with old trauma. And even if you're a go-getter like me and you're like, oh, let's deal with this trauma, and you're showing up for therapy, your body is taking a lot of time to process that through. And it takes energy, it takes resources, money of your own to invest into therapists, coaches. What? It's just going to raindrop on my head. So you're not going to have all the time in the world, is my point. You're not going to have all the time in the world to show up. But you want to increase that. Increase your window of tolerance. That I talk about a lot, so check my other videos if you don't know what I mean by that. It's really important if you've been through trauma. So here's how the freedom went for me, right? The freedom went like, oh my gosh, okay, I was doing this because I needed a distraction. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not confused. I'm not meant to be a boss babe. I'm not meant to serve my people as my heart has always told me I'm meant to. That's just wild. That's not actually true. What's true is, oh, I just needed a distraction. Okay. That's why I was confused about my business. I was like, whoa. This drippy tree, maybe I should move away from it. It's just so pretty, the color. The last of the fall leaves in Canada. Oh, I just got one in my hair. So what was really true is, oh, that's just a part of my evolution. It's a part of my story. And it's beautiful. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's realize and hold that awareness and watch it with love and see that instead of criticizing myself, just seeing that, oh my gosh, okay, it was actually smart because I was processing so much trauma with the global pandemic, et cetera, in the last couple of years. And prior to that, you know, all the trauma in my past that I hadn't yet processed. It takes a long time to process that stuff. And so when I was really debilitated, I was so confused. I'm like, why can't I work? But now it makes sense. I needed to have tons of energy and tons of resources for my healing so that I can function. And then on the other side of that, my business was this beautiful distraction in a beautiful way, not a bad way. It was a beautiful, like going to work, right? Going to work. It's like watching a campfire like the cavemen and cavewomen used to do back in the day. They used to watch campfires for perspective. It's like why people watch TV. So going to work, campfires, watching TV, you're getting perspective. You're actually using a different part of your brain. And the other part gets to just do its thing without you obsessing, without your consciousness and your whole being tired by it. You get a break. So can you see how self-criticism, when you move that out of the way, when you approach yourself, your habits, whatever's going on with you right now with gentleness and love, this can open up, and this insight is so powerful, and your self-esteem gets to stay intact instead of crumbling, which mine has done over and over and over again because of that self-critical voice. If you want to learn more about this work, or if you want to do meditation and journaling work on this kind of stuff with me, check out the link in my bio. Things are opening. I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year. New Year's 2024. Let's go. Link in bio.